everyone, it's Miss Mary from Skokie Public Library with another edition of Rise and Shine Storytime. And today it is so cold outside. It's maybe about 0 degrees and there's a lot of snow, and it's just a great day to be inside telling stories and singing songs. So I'm so glad to be with you today. Now I want to remind you that Rise and Shine Storytime always has one thing that not a lot of other storytimes have. Do you remember what that is? Well, if you guessed a magic box, you are right. Here is our magic box, and in this box is what we're going to be reading about today. What do you think might be in here? Any ideas? Maybe something summery like a bathing suit, or I don't know, a popsicle? Ooh, that sounds kind of cold, doesn't it, on a day like today? Let's shake it and see. Doesn't make a lot of noise. Shall we look and see? Want to? Okay. Oh, well, this is very interesting. Look who's in our magic box. This is a penguin. Now, have you ever seen a penguin before? Maybe on television or at the zoo? Penguins are such interesting animals. They're birds. They have wings, and they have kind of feathers, but they don't fly. They don't have to fly. They all live near water. There are about, I think, 17 different kinds of penguins, and they fish, so they're wonderful swimmers. And they also have these little feet that they can waddle around on the ground, too. This penguin is an emperor penguin, and this is the very biggest penguin there is. In real life, they're about 4 feet tall, which is maybe a little taller than you are. They're big. Yeah. And emperor penguins live way down in the southernmost part of our world called Antarctica, and they live on the ice all year long. It's really cold there. So you're probably not thinking it's too cold up here, right? This weather's nice for you? 0 degrees? Okay. Well, I thought we would read today about these cold weather birds, penguins. Does that sound good? So let's read a book called The Trouble with Penguins. This book is by Rebecca Jordan-Glum, and I am reading it today with the permission of Roaring Brook Press. The Trouble with Penguins. On the day the penguin discovered the person, everything changed. The penguin had been waddling along in a most penguinish manner, minding its own penguin business, until it wasn't. See, the penguin has found a child roasting marshmallows here. Oh, hello. I'm roasting marshmallows. Would you like one? Of course, the penguin would like a marshmallow. In fact, it liked it very much. Come on, I'll show you how. The new friends roasted marshmallows together by the little fire. When it was time for the penguin to go home, the person gave it a hug and the very best roasting stick, and they shared a warm goodbye. Naturally, the other penguins were quite impressed and wanted to roast marshmallows by the fire too. So here they all go, back to the little fire. I wonder how many penguins there are in this picture. Should we count? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At first, they were all happy to share one little fire that gave off the most delightful warmth. They found fun ways to pass the time when it wasn't their turn. And everyone was happy. Let's see what they're doing to pass the time. You know, sometimes it's kind of hard to wait your turn, and it's nice to have something to do while you're waiting. Here's a penguin tossing a marshmallow up and down. Here's a penguin building with some marshmallows. Here are 2 penguins making angels in the snow. Have you ever done that? That's really fun. And here's a penguin singing, just waiting their turn. They were all happy until they weren't. Looks like maybe one of these penguins is trying to grab the other penguin's stick, roasting stick. You see, the trouble with penguins is that they don't always like to share. Before long, each wanted its own roasting stick and its own campfire. They built fire. See, these 2 are building their own fires instead of sharing the fire. After fire, they're building a lot of fires, aren't they? After fire, after fire, after fire. 9 penguins building 9 fires on the ice until something happened. Oh, look what's happening. Crack! The fires made the ice melt and crack. And just like that, each penguin had its very own roasting stick, its very own fire, and best of all, its very own island, which was wonderful. Until it wasn't. It was lonely. Now, everyone knows the trouble with penguins is that they aren't always good at admitting they're wrong. You think maybe the penguins made a mistake to want to all be by themselves? Maybe it might be nicer to roast marshmallows together? Thankfully, penguins are full of good intentions and aren't bad at learning from their mistakes. Would you like to share my fire with me? It liked it very much indeed. They all did. And of course, nobody likes to feel left out. There's the child asking to join the group. So let's see what's going to happen. Oh, look, everyone is swimming to join the child. Let's see if we still have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So they decided to give it another try. They're all going to roast marshmallows together now. And that was no trouble at all. I love this book because it really does talk about all the feelings that we have about sharing. Sometimes it's wonderful to share, and sometimes we just want to be by ourselves, and we have to probably do a little bit of both. Let's see if our penguin liked our story. Did you enjoy the story? Yeah? Did it remind you of being on the ice? It did, huh? Good. Well, if you liked this story about penguins, and if you're interested in penguins, the Penguin and I have a couple of other stories we think you might like, and they are on the shelves at Skokie Public Library right now. The first is called The Emperor's Egg, and it's a wonderful story about emperor penguins, like our friend here, raising their young. And you know, it's very interesting how emperor penguins keep their little ones warm. You'll read about it and see. It's fun. There's another wonderful book by Nick Bishop called Penguin Day, and that's a lot of photographs of actual penguins in Antarctica, and it's fun to see how they spend their day. There's another book called And Tango Makes Three, which is about two penguins in the zoo who decide that they are going to raise a little penguin. And the last book is called The Old Man and the Penguin, and it is a true story of a very special friendship between an old man and the penguin that he helps. So those are some wonderful penguin books that you might like. And now I'd like to just close by singing a penguin song that goes like this. I'm a little penguin, black and white, black on my back and white on my front. When I go a-waddling, I go real slow, but in the water just watch me go. Because they do swim so fast in the water, but they walk so slow on land. Well, thank you for coming to Rise and Shine Storytime, and we will see you next time, and we'll do more stories. Bye.